Hi everybody, welcome to EduTap. There was some issue. I think it's resolved now. And yeah, let's start off with the session. And today we are going to cover the national mission on edible oil, and we are going to focus on the oil palm. Okay. And so, what are the things? Why are we going to study about it? Let's first understand, because see, this particular scheme, it was in news. Okay, if you talk about the national mission on the edible oil that we are studying about, so on 14th of March actually there were two news they were there. Okay, the first one, it talked about that how India is currently, it's still a net importer on the edible oil. Edible oil is what? So for a consumption purpose, the oil that we take, those are the edible oil. Okay, and you know, in India, for cooking purpose especially, how much edible oil we consume, right? So we are looking at that around 57% of this total edible oil is actually being imported, like we are buying it from other countries. So you can see that how much it is impacting our forex. ठीक है, जो हमारी foreign exchange, जो हमारी currency है, how much it is impacting. So definitely government now, they want to be self reliant in this particular matter, right? They want to be self reliant in producing this crude oil. What is crude oil? The oil that is extracted from these the fruits. Okay, so those are known as the crude oil. So we have to increase the production in India, and for that purpose this particular scheme has been launched. Okay, so I can already see people joining. Pratul, Shalini, Nitya, good morning, and Shivraj, good morning. All right, so we'll study about this scheme, right? What are the targets that have been kept under the scheme? What are the benefits that the farmer are going to get under the scheme, so that the farmers can actually have the production of this oil palm? Everything we are going to understand. But before that is an announcement for all the aspirants who are preparing for central regulatory bodies. We have come up with one-stop solution guide to all the queries that you must be having regarding the organization you want to join. For example, if you want to know more about RBI, NABARD, SEBI, about its structure, the hierarchical structure that is there, the work that it do, and also what will be your role once you join the organization, everything has been covered, along with all about the recruitment process. So how many phases are there, what is the pattern of each phase, and about the eligibility criteria, and all about the syllabus, previous year cutoffs, and everything, so that you have crystal clear idea that what is the recruitment process. And at the end, we have given some steps that you can follow on your own if you're going for self preparation. That will help you to have some prior understanding before starting of the preparation. So do not miss the opportunity. You can download these e-guidebooks, which are free of cost, from the link that is provided in the description box below. Abhi, these are the pictures that I wanted to show. So we are talking about oil palm. Okay, so oil palm is what? It is how the tree, it looks like, the plantation tree, it looks like that of an oil palm. And these are the fresh fruit bunches. These are the fresh fruit bunches. As you can see, these are in bunch, right? These are in groups. That is why these are known as the fresh fruit bunches. And from that only this oil palm is made, like this oil is made, the crude oil is made, and this is what which is very prominently consumed in India, right? But as we have seen that how much we are reliant, 57% of this edible oil, including all. See, you have to understand, this particular scheme specifically focus on oil palm, which is one of the many edible oils. But if you look at in general, 50% of all the edible oils that we consume in India are from the foreign land. Okay, there is also one news. This is of the Hindu Business Line, and it's of 13th of November 2023, but it tells a very prominent data. It tells about that how India, it imported somewhere around 167.7 liter of edible oil. Kitna worth? Rupees 1.38 lakh crore. So you see how much we are spending on the something which is very, which is very common in India, which is in the common consumption in India, right? So that is why that is for the year, financial year 22-23. Okay, in that year we spent 1.38 lakh crore. So it's actually a big deal that we have, it's high time we have to focus on this particular sector in agriculture for the oil palm, crude oil production as well. Dekho, first of all, we have to have more plantation of these trees. Okay, and after that we also should have processing units also, because from the processing unit in the, here you can say, in the industry or the processing mills, whatever you want to say, there only this particular fresh fruits or branch bunches from them the crude oil is extracted, right? So we have to focus on both the things, having more and more plantation of these plants also, or the trees also. Along with that, we have to focus on the mill industries also, so that whatever we are growing the fruit, from that fruit, even the oil can be extracted, okay? Because we are relying on that, we are relying on the import a lot, okay? 14th of March, I told you, the one news that I showed you, right, where the description of the scheme was given, there was another news also, okay, on the same day, right? From that I've added one snippet, okay? So here it's being said, देखो, if we talk about the scheme in total, now much of the focus it is being done in the northeastern areas, okay? Why? Because northeastern areas are said to have great potential for these palm oil trees to be grown, okay? And that is why under the scheme, definitely all the states will be taken into consideration, but special focus of the government is in the northeastern states, okay? अब in that another news, there was one important snippet which might be of importance from the examination perspective, right? Where, you know, they might ask you of the specific data, or maybe the number, sometime they ask you, right? So it's been said that the role of northeastern region is very pivotal in if we talk about achieving this self-reliance in the edible oil category, ठीक है? And we have it's being said that जो northeastern country की जो आपकी जो 6 states हैं, ठीक है, उसमें स्पेशल फोकस कहाँ कहाँ पे? अरुणाचल प्रदेश, ठीक है, जो आपकी मतलब 7 सिस्टर्स होती है, बट उसमें जैसे 6 जो आपकी है नॉर्थ ईस्टर्न स्टेट्स है, इट्स बीन सेड दैट अरुणाचल, असम, मणिपुर, मिजोरम, नागालैंड, त्रिपुरा, दीज आर द लाइक 6 states which has been said that around of the nation's potential 38% we can get it from here. All right, so you have to understand northeastern state they have very much potential, and out of them the 6 northeastern states that we have, Arunachal, Assam, Manipur, Mizoram, Nagaland and Tripura, these only 6 states are said to be covering around 38% of the nation's potential. So it's very important, and under the scheme a lot of importance has been given to the northeastern states, okay? Now if we talk about the launch year, so we'll start from one by one, okay? I'll answer all the doubts at the end of the session, okay? I hope you don't mind. So the launch year of the scheme is 2021, okay? In August 2021 this particular scheme was launched, and I hope the ministry would be easier for you to remember. It falls under the Ministry of Agriculture and Farmers Welfare, okay? We are talking about farming over here. The aim is to what? The aim is to, first of all, as I told you before, right, we have to increase first of all the plantation also, and then we have to increase that oil production also, because what's the use of that plantation if you do not have any processing unit to convert that into oil, right? And what's the use of those mills if you do not have any raw material? So both are important, okay? So both are equally important. So aim is to enhance the, first of all, edible oil seed production. Oil seeds are what? The seeds from which oil is extracted, ठीक है? तो ये जो bunches थे, fruit bunches थे, these are your oil seeds, okay? So enhance oil seed production, ठीक है? And along with that oil availability भी increase करनी है, for what purpose? So that the import burden can be reduced, ठीक है? Type of scheme is centrally sponsored scheme. What does it mean? Here the funding will be shared by both center and state, and it's like that general funding which is done. So in case of general states, the government is going to provide 60%, center government, and 40% will be by state government. Apart from that, in the northeastern state, central government is going to provide the 90% of the funding, and your like center government and the state government will provide 10%, and the UTs that are completely under the government, central government, there the central government is going to provide the 100%. ये हमेशा general criteria होता है, ठीक है? This is the general criteria whenever we go for the centrally sponsored scheme, where in the general cases 60% is given by central government, 40% by the state. Northeastern के case में 90% is given by the central government, 10% is funded by the state, and then in the case of UTs which are completely under central government, so you can understand their 100% funding will be done by the central government only, ठीक है? अब जब बोल दिया है कि centrally sponsored है, so how much money will be provided under the scheme, ठीक है? देखो, there are two type of funding that is there. One is like the overall financial allocation. When the scheme is launched, government say that this is the overall amount we are going to spend, and one is the yearly budget. See, you need to understand the overall budget government cannot give at just once, right? Because government do not have that much money, they have to spend on other factors also. That is why government give on the yearly basis, ठीक है? So from the examination perspective, you have to keep in mind the overall overall budget which I am sharing, and but the yearly budget also. ठीक है, तो whenever you will cover your budget session, there will be mention of the schemes and their budget. That is something that you would have to do additionally, and that is also important from the examination perspective. ठीक है, if we talk about financial allocation for this particular scheme which has been launched in 2021, so your 11,040 crore is the overall investment that will be done under the scheme. But as we know that it is a centrally sponsored scheme, means the funding is divided into between center and state. So it's being said that overall this 11,040 crore will be invested. ठीक है, out of that 8,844 crore will be invested by the central government, and state will give it is going to contribute somewhere around 2,196 crore. ठीक है, अब there is another statement including viability gap funding. It means what? For example, if any like infrastructure work is under process and there is some lack of money that is there, the money under the scheme will be provided for that as well. ठीक है, and as we said that special focus it is for the northeastern states, so that is why जो आपका 5,870 crore जो exclusive budget है northeastern state में, आपका total means of the overall total budget, national budget जो है आपका 5,870 crore is exclusively for the northeastern states, because we know that how much potential that particular state it holds. ठीक है, दीपक oil palm or oil Deepak, it's oil seed overall, like in the aim they have present oil seed. ठीक है, but जो specific the targets that we are going to study about it would be specifically for the oil palms. ठीक है, but overall also government has come up, for example, with the yellow revolution for increasing the oil seed production. ठीक है, but specifically under the scheme oil palm now are the targets that we are going to study. ठीक है, again what are the targets? We have to increase the plantation. ठीक है, special focus on the northeastern state, and along with that we have to increase the industry also. ठीक है, so for first of all, what is the target under the scheme? That is to increase the area of oil palm, these plantation, these trees that are there. First of all, we have to increase its area. ठीक है, how much we have to increase? We are targeting that by 25-26 we are going to increase it to 10 lakh hectare. देखो, it's not like that currently we do not have any oil palm trees. No, currently the area under oil palm we have is 35 lakh per hectare. ठीक है, as per the 2019-2020 survey. ठीक है, we have 3.5 lakh hectare. ठीक है, the government wants to increase it to 10 lakh hectare by 25-26. ठीक है, तो how much is additionally it's being increased? देखो, currently it's 3.5 and we have to increase it to 10. So how much increment government is expecting? 6.50 lakh hectare. ठीक है, please don't get confused for this particular data. It just if you plus 3.5 and 6.5 you will get the this 10 hectare. ठीक है, currently we are 3.5 lakh hectare as per 2019-2020 survey, but government wants to expand it to 10 lakh hectare by 25-26. ठीक है, अब इसमें भी as I said that special focus will be on the northeastern states, right? So for the general states, mean for all the other states, this increment, this 6.50 lakh hectare that we want to additionally we want to expand, out of that 3.22 lakh will be in the general states, means बाकी जो states हैं. ठीक है, but in the northeastern states and especially on those 6 states that we talk about, 3.28 lakh hectare will be expanded. ठीक है, I hope there is no confusion. Apart from that, so now we have made the oil, we have planted the oil plants. ठीक है, now another thing we would want to do to extract that oil. ठीक है, तो crude palm oil means to extract that oil, so we have to now increase its production. ठीक है, crude palm oil का जो production है उसको हमको increase करना है. ठीक है, how much we have to increase? 11.2 lakh tons. ठीक है, we want to increase by 25-26. ठीक है, how much is it currently? Currently it is only 0.2 lakh 27 tons. Do you see the difference? Currently we are producing so much less of the oil, ठीक है, palm oil, which is 0.27 lakh ton. ठीक है, we have to increase it to how much? 11.20 lakh ton by 25-26. Please keep in mind these are the important data need to be remembered, and government is expecting that by the year 2019 around 28 lakh tak we will increase. ठीक है, अब now whenever we set any target, ठीक है, and lastly it's one more target which is there, that we have to increase the this awareness among the consumer also to maintain their consumption level of 19 kg per person per annum till 25-26. What the government is saying, currently we have this consumption of 19 kg per person per annum. ठीक है. अभी currently if we look on an average, every person in India, they are consuming in an year 19 kg of this crude palm oil. ठीक है. Government is saying that we will aware people to keep this number, to limit this number to this only till 25-26. Till then we will increase our production. So government want us to have control on our consumptions, because if we will increase our consumption, definitely that has to be we have to compensate by doing more and more import, right? And so on one hand, government is spending money on these factors, ठीक है, this plantation and milling and everything. On the other hand, it would have to bear the additional cost of importing as well, ठीक है. So that is why government is saying that currently it's awareing people that the people should maintain this consumption level till 25-26. Maybe after that, if they will increase, even the government would not have much of the problem, ठीक है. Whenever you set a target, there has to be some time limit that you want to achieve, ठीक है. So under the government, under the scheme 25-26 तक बोला है कि we are expecting to achieve the target, ठीक है. But afterwards it will be checked how much has been achieved, how much is left, ठीक है. I hope there is no confusion as of now, ठीक है. Then next up we have, now we talk about the key features. So sunset clause for the scheme is set to be by 2037. देखो the targets that we have seen, that 11.20, yeah, all the targets that we have seen, ठीक है, those are till 25-26, right? But overall, if we talk about that, the aim that government wants to achieve, government has said that they will be able to achieve by 2037, ठीक है. So there will be more targets that will be enhanced under the scheme by time. But currently till 25-26, government has come up with an aim that they would want to achieve. Maybe afterwards they would focus on some other factors, ठीक है. तो sunset clause for the scheme has said to be of 2037, ठीक है. And whatever be the government of India liability, means whatever be the investment that is done under it, or whatever be the loans that are taken under this, all these will run till 2037, ठीक है. Apart from that, we know that special focus is on northeastern states and also in the Andaman and Nicobar Island. Definitely in these two regions are there, but more is on the northeastern state that we have understood, ठीक है. Another thing that being kept in mind is that whatever be the resources that will be utilized, or whatever will the funding that will be done, or whatever be the components under the scheme are, no, there is some reservation that is done for the scheduled caste and scheduled tribe farmers, okay, so that they can get the benefit of it, ठीक है. So for the scheduled caste कितना reserve है resources, 17%, and for the scheduled tribe 8% of the resources, whatever components that are there, those has been reserved. Means whatever be the benefits that will be provided under the scheme, it's been reserved 17% for the scheduled caste farmers and 8% for the scheduled tribe farmers, ठीक है. अब देखो under the scheme, government is saying that okay, more and more plantation will be done, ठीक है. Plantation, the pricing of these oil palm trees, it's not less, right? And in fact you need labor also for planting these plants, ठीक है. You have to take care of them also, right? And why would a farmer want to do it, right? देखो government want to increase the production because it's getting heavy for the government for the forex, ठीक है, or the importing purpose. It's very difficult for the government to import a lot. That is why government wants that if these particular production happens in India only, in future government would not have to bear this import cost, ठीक है. देखो import duty होती है, there are various thing happens, and because oil palm is something, the crude oil is something that is very common in India, government cannot actually raise its rate, right? Because if that would happen, it would impact a larger section of population. That is why government have to provide it at a very subsidized rate so that every citizen can buy it, but in that sense government have to bear the loss, ठीक है. That is why government what it's doing, it is just focusing on its production, ठीक है. अब what is the case, so I was saying that now government would want farmers to grow it, right? But why would farmer want to grow it? Because whatever the production he is doing, he is getting like good enough result for it, ठीक है. And why would any person would want to have additional expenses? Because these trees need to be grow, they would take certain years to grow, and then only they will give the result, right? So similarly, what the government did during the green revolution, where they come up with the MSP. देखो MSP का concept कब आया था? Because we were importing even rice and wheat from the foreign land. Government, they then they encouraged farmers to grow wheat and rice, and they said that okay, you grow wheat and we are going to provide you the minimum support price. If nobody buys your grains, we will buy it. From that sense, the MSP concept was introduced. used. Similarly here also, then government is also providing with some special assistance as of now. Okay, that okay, we are providing you with the money, with the special assistance, financial assistance, but you please just go and you just plant these trees. Okay, so how much is the special assistance is given? So for buying up all the planting material and for the management purpose, government is providing special assistance of how much? Rupees 70,000 per hectare in the general states. Okay, so in the general states, if I am a farmer in the general states means anybody but the northeastern states and the Andaman and Nicobar Island. Okay, so all these are the general states. So in general states, per hectare 70,000 per farmer will be provided for the planting material and the management purpose. Okay, but in northeastern state we have seen that even the topography is not very plain. Okay, in general states it's like the plain surface we have, but in the northeastern state the topography are very like unique, and it's very hilly terrain that is there. So definitely first of all you would require money to even cut down and make plain this particular land, and then only you will be able to grow the plants over there, right? So that is why some additional amount is given in the northeastern states. So in case of the general states, how much money is provided per hectare to the farmer? 70,000. But in the cases of your northeastern states, or for the northeastern farmers, 1 lakh per assistance is provided. So there it includes the planting material also, which is given for the general states. Okay, management purpose also, which is given in the general states, but along with the whatever be the topographical challenges are there. Okay, for example, you have to clear the land. Okay, the terrace construction have to be done. Okay, biofencing means there's a lot of thing that needs to be done in the northeastern area because the topography is very different. Okay, that is why there additional 30,000 is provided. तो ओवरऑल कितना मिल रहा है वहाँ 1 लाख पर हेक्टर मिलेगा, एंड जनरल स्टेट में कितना मिलेगा? 70,000 मिलेगा. ठीक है, नेक्स्ट अप वी हैव फॉर सी, देखो for these sort of plants, okay, these sort of trees, now there are some different harvesting tools also. देखो, there are various tools that are used in agriculture. Okay, so for specifically for the oil palm cultivation, the sort of harvesting tools, harvesting means cutting down the yield whenever they have matured. Okay, that is the harvesting. So for that purpose there are some oil cultivation for these crops. Okay, there are some specific harvesting tools. Okay, so for the purchase of that, government will also support with the 2,90,000. Okay, itna support और मिलेगा. ठीक है, apart from that, देखो, one is this buying purpose. You have to keep in mind, government is providing with the special assistance. Government is not providing 100% of the financial assistance. ठीक है, these tools are very expensive. So government is providing 2,90,000 for the as a assistance, right? But these are much expensive. So maybe some farmers would want to buy the machineries, these tools of themselves, right? But some even after this particular assistance might not afford it, right? So for that purpose, what is done? For that purpose, government is also helping people to establish custom hiring centers. What does it mean? Dekho, maybe I'm not a farmer, maybe I do not have land, but I have seen that okay, in my state a lot of people, they are planting these oil palms. Okay, and in future they would require a lot of tools that are used in the farming. Okay, what I will do, I will open a custom hiring center where I will have all the machinery suitable which can be utilized in the field of the oil palms. Okay, so this is a custom hiring center which I have opened, where what I will do, I have kept all the machineries there, and now the farmers can borrow it for some time period. Okay, so if they are borrowing, definitely they would provide me some money. Okay, so this is also one sort of business, and government would want people to establish more and more custom hiring centers, right? Because farmer in India might not be able to afford these expensive machines, or maybe if they want to, they do not have that much of land that they find it's fruitful to buy any machine, right? Maybe the farmer have very small land, right? So he would not buy any machine, but machine can be utilized. Okay, so that is why the farmer can go to the custom hiring center. Okay, so that people get engaged not only in the farming but also in opening the custom hiring centers. 25 lakh rupees ka assistance government is also providing. So if I am a particular entrepreneur, I want to open a custom hiring center, some part I can take as loan and rest 25 lakh I can take from the government. ठीक है, apart from that there is also one line कि जो आपका जो ये जो भी आपका क्रूड पाम ऑयल का जो भी प्राइसिंग वगैरह होगा, इसमें एक एडिशनल 2% जो है गवर्नमेंट देगी, ठीक है, कंसिडरिंग द टफ टेरेन, अदरवाइज इट हैज टू पेड बाय द प्रोसेसर. देखो व्हाट हैपेंस फ्रॉम द प्लांटेशन, इट हैज टू बी देन शिफ्टेड टू द प्रोसेसिंग यूनिट, ठीक है, फॉर द प्रोडक्शन ऑफ द क्रूड पाम ऑयल, ठीक है. अब इन जनरल केसेस व्हाट विल हैपन, एनी प्रोसेसिंग यूनिट, whoever will be the processor, who will be the processing mill, processing unit, they will go and they will just buy these fresh fruit bunches and they will do the processing and have the benefit, right? अब in northeastern cases it's not easy. Even any industry maybe which has been set up would not want to go to the interiors of northeastern states, these plantation camps, and buy fruits from there. Why? Because there is no proper facility to go over there, right? There is no discrimination as such, but yes, there are no proper transportation facility, so even the processor would escape such plantations, because he would have to then bear extra cost to reach to that place and bring those bunches back to the mill, right? That is why government has said that they are going to give some 2% additional price as well, so that only in the northeastern region, because of what? Because of the difficult terrain. In other places processor would only have to pay the fee, but in the case of northeastern states the center is going to take care of that. तो कितना 2% of the crude palm oil price गवर्नमेंट देगी, सो दैट क्या होगा, जो ये डिफरेंस आया है बिकॉज ऑफ यू नो द फॉर द ट्रांसपोर्टेशन वट एवर बी द एक्स्ट्रा कॉस्ट विल बी देयर, इट कैन just adjust, ठीक है, it can get just adjusted, ठीक है. अब apart from that even government is promoting ये private players को भी बोल रहे कि आप इसमें आओ, ठीक है, you enter this particular category and especially for the post harvest processing, ठीक है. देखो plantation तो farmers will do, right, but after that what's the use of that if there is no industry, there is no milling unit, ठीक है. That is why government is attracting the private players and they are promoting them to establish these processing facilities in the region, and for that they are even providing with the financial assistance of 5 crore. So that's a big deal, ठीक है. Government is luring people to enter into the system, ठीक है. So for that they are providing 5 crore, and also of the total allocation that we have seen, जो around 11 crore का allocation that we have seen, ठीक है, of that government is saying जो 10% होगा ना, it will be used as flexi fund. Simply in simple manner you have to understand, देखो there is a lot of expenditure that is there under the scheme, ठीक है, and usually this is the fixed allocation we have, that this much money will be done for the plantation, this much money will be for the financial assistance, this much money for the custom hiring center assistance, right? So it's already pre-decided, right? But government, what they have done, they have said that 10% of this overall budget that we have allocated, it will be flexi fund, means flexible, like wherever it is required, this 10% we will keep as such that wherever it will be like shortage of money, we can just, you know, fulfill with this 10%. So 10% of the total fund has been kept aside, ठीक है, so that whatever new activities that will come, right, or impromptu anything happens and money is required, we have something in our hand to just provide it. If we have already allocated everywhere, we might not be ready for that impromptu situation, ठीक है. So that is why flexi fund of 10% of total allocation has been kept as such, ठीक है. I hope there is no as such confusion as of now. Now some of the other features क्या है इसमें, देखो जैसे it's a centrally sponsored scheme, so definitely our state governments are also involved in the development of this particular sector, ठीक है. So government of India ने क्या बोला है कि states are allowed to dovetail resources, means dovetail resources का क्या मतलब होता है, that if there are some other programs of the state that are running which are in sync with this particular scheme, they can accumulate the resources, ठीक है, they can accumulate the whatever be the facilities that are there and they can join them and give it to the farmer, ठीक है, so that even the farmer would have ease to get the benefit, ठीक है. And special what are the two major focus areas, ठीक है, we have seen क्या, देखो एक तो input और inventions के लिए special assistance मिल रही है, ठीक है, up to the gestation period of 4 years. Gestation period means that particular time period जिसमें ये plants grow होंगे, ठीक है, so that's like a gap we have, ठीक है. So देखो for the 4 years input they would require every time, every month, every year they would require input, right, but they are going to give us the produce after several years. Why? Because those are trees. We know that vegetables or maybe field crops, they give us result in 6 months, 4 months to 6 months, but here we are talking about trees, they will take some time to grow, right? That is why till that time period, so up to 4 years of time period, this gestation period means where farmer is not getting any return. In that case, for the maintenance purpose, for whatever inputs or interventions that are required, the government is going to provide with this assistance, ठीक है. And apart from that, we know that the fresh fruit bunches I hope you know by now what are these fresh fruit bunches. For them, like the price assurance is provided. Now what is this price assurance? देखो, what will be the cost? See, if I am a processing unit, ठीक है, I will buy the fresh fruit bunches, right? Now this cost of the fresh fruit bunches, it actually depends what is the international market price that is going on. Usually it happens like that, ठीक है. अब what happens if the fresh fruit bunches, this cost, it is lower at the international level, right? But in India it's still a big deal, because I was the farmer who was doing my conventional farming and I was getting decent enough money out of that. But for the sake of government, now I have switched to the this oil palm, right? So definitely I would want to have some profit out of it, and I've waited 4 to 5 years for those plants to grow, right, for those plants to give me the result. And after that, if I'm not getting a profitable business, what's the use of that, right? That is why government has said that they are going to the same thing, वो MSP वाला हिसाब है जो है ना, the government has said that price assurance we are providing. What does it mean? That whatever be the market value, international market value will be of those fresh fruit bunches, you need not to worry as a farmer, because whatever be the fluctuations it will be there at the international market, we are going to compensate you with that. ठीक है. So all in all, farmers, to win the trust of the farmers and to attract the farmers into the plantation, and then to attract even the private players to open up these processing mills, government is doing a lot. As much as we have seen, 70,000 for the plantation as well as management in general states, 1 lakh in the case of northeastern region, ठीक है, 25 lakh for the custom hiring centers, 5 crore financial assistance for the processing mills. These were some of the many key features we have seen, ठीक है, and that is all, ठीक है. So again, this was the scheme all about. तो यहाँ पे थोड़ा और डेटा है कि अभी it is operational in 15 states nationwide. ऐसे specific नाम देखो इन्होंने नहीं दिया. So if the government has not provided with any specific name, then it's not like, even you can understand that it might not be asked, right? However, the other snippet I have added intentionally because there are 6 states were mentioned, that which are the 6 states which have 38% of the nation's potential. ठीक है. अभी इसमें बाकी सब यही है कि 1 करोड़ प्लांटिंग मटेरियल की कैपेसिटी, अभी 111 नर्सरीज ओपन हो गई है, ठीक है, एंड बिकॉज फ्रॉम दीज नर्सरीज ओनली पीपल विल बाय. सो सम ऑफ द लाइक जेनेरिक डेटा दैट वाज देयर, ठीक है, बट यस दिस इंफॉर्मेशन 70,000 का, ठीक है, 25 लाख का, ठीक है. इन अनदर द अदर न्यूज दैट वाज देयर फॉर द नॉर्थ ईस्टर्न स्टेट्स 1 लाख का इसमें मेंशन था, ठीक है. 2,90,000 for the purchase of harvesting tools. सब चीजें क्या है, ये सब चीजें generic what we have studied, that was mentioned, right? So this is homework for you all. Try to attempt them, ठीक है, and that is all in this video. In the last question that I've given, a lot of people have given the wrong answer. In the next session, I am going to share both the answers of this and the last session, and I'll also tell you the right answer. Until then, if you have any query, you can ask me, or if you want me to cover any scheme and that scheme will be in news, I'll definitely cover. You can subscribe to our YouTube channel for more such videos, and you can also join a Telegram channel to get the PDF of this and every lecture that we provide here on YouTube. Now I'll just see some questions have been asked. Shivraj, could you please clarify if there will not be any schemes outlined within the code of conduct for the next 3 months? Shivraj, I'm sorry, I did not get your question. There will not be any schemes outlined within the code of conduct. I mean, I don't have any such knowledge regarding the question that you have asked. Okay, I wish I could help, but I don't know about this. Hello Deepak, is it for oil palm or all oil seeds? See, the overall target of the government is to have the production of oil seeds, but yes, this particular scheme, as you must have observed in the further slide, it was specifically for the oil palm. And Pratul, what sources SC/ST will be allowed? See, whatever be the resources that we have seen, that the special assistance that is there, right? And we have also understood that how states, they can just they can amalgamate their program, the state program, along with this particular scheme, right? So these are the resources that we're talking about, and for that the SC/ST population, the farmers or that region, they would have some reservation, 17% for the SC and 8% for the ST that we have seen. Okay, I hope your doubt is clear. Okay, so that is all in this video. All the very best for your examination. We'll meet again with another scheme that is in news. Until then, all the very best for your examination, and thank you.